Welcome back everyone to West Explains Best. We're doing another Khan Academy tutorial on multiplying binomials. This one's not the intro, it's a little bit tougher than the other ones we've done so far. So let's go ahead and get started. So it says expand. A couple different ways to do this. I'm just going to show you probably, I think, the most effective way. The most effective way is to show that you're distributing both terms from one binomial to both terms in the other. And I like doing this with these little lines like this. I call them rainbows. You can call them whatever you want, curves, arrows, whatever. Just make sure, essentially, that this term is getting multiplied by both of these, and this term is getting multiplied by both of those in the other set of parentheses. Let me show you what that looks like. So we're going to have 6f being multiplied by 8f. 6f by 8f. And then we're going to have 6f being multiplied by negative 9. So because 6f is positive, 9 is negative, it's going to be negative. And then 9 times 6f. Then we have negative 7 times 8f. That gives us negative 7 times 8f. And then we have negative 7 times negative 9. That's going to give us a positive 7 times 9. Hope you guys didn't get too confused with my sign uses there. I just like to have one sign written and not a bunch of signs written. I like things simple. I like things neat. And the reason why I showed you both of these terms being multiplied, I didn't do that in my head, is to show you what I did. Some people call it foiling. You can call it distributing. Whatever you call it, this is how I like to do it. Now I'm going to multiply the numbers out in front first. So I do 6 times 8 and I get 48. And then I do the variable second, so that gives me f squared. I do the numerical coefficients first. That gives me negative 54, and then there's no other variable, so I leave the f. Numerical coefficients, 7 and 8, negative 56. Keep the f. 7 times 9, 63. With all of these, or 90% of them, you're going to have some like terms. So we have negative 54f, negative 56f. So I'm going to combine those, and I get, what is that? Negative 110f. 63 stays because there's no other terms. 48f squared stays. There's no other terms. And I'm going to go ahead and write this for my answer. So I get 48f squared. What's that? Minus 110f. And then plus 63. All right, doing great. Okay, smaller numbers, that's a plus. Now I'm going to show you kind of hopefully you guys get that you should be writing this all down. Once you get comfortable, you can do the next way that I show you here. So I have 5a times a, 5a times 4. Then I have 2 times a, then I have 2 times 4. I'm going to just do the multiplication in my head, but hopefully you guys see what I'm doing. So I have 5a times a gives me 5a squared. That's a squared. Then I have 5a times 4 gives me 20. 5 times 4 is 20, and I keep the a. Moving on to green, I have 2 times a, that gives me 2a. And then 2 times 4, that gives me 8. Now I'm combining like terms. It's going to be the middle ones that get combined to give me 22a plus 8, 5a squared plus 22a plus 8. If I could close that, and there we go. 5a squared plus 22a plus 8. I'm just going to double check that answer. 5a squared plus 22 plus 8. Looks good. All right. Next one. Okay, this one, be careful with. There's a negative sign in front of this first variable. So I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and distribute. So we get negative 2 times 9. It gives me negative 18h squared. Then we have negative 2h times negative 2. That gives me positive 4h. Okay, moving on to blue. 9 times 9 gives me 81, don't forget the h, and then 9 times negative 2 gives me negative 18. I can combine like terms. It's always going to be the inside and the outside, the middle ones. So we have 85h, we have negative 18h squared, it's positive 85h, and then we have minus 18. So negative 18h squared plus 85h minus 18. Let's double check that. Never hurts to double check your answer. On to the last one. Okay, another small one. Let's go ahead and finish this guy off strong. So we have 1 times 2 gives me 2. 1 times negative 5 gives me negative 5z. Let's move on to, let's use blue. Negative 5z times 2 gives me negative 10z. And then negative 5 times negative 5z gives me positive 25z squared. Okay, combine like terms, I have these two. That becomes negative 15z. I have 2, and I have positive 25z squared. Pause! Make sure you follow instructions. It's in standard form. What does that mean? That means that the z squared needs to go first. We have 25z squared minus 15z plus 2. So it needs to be written like that in descending power form. 25z squared. Was that minus 15z? Yes. Minus 15z plus 2. Descending power. We should be good. And we are. Hopefully you'll hear this sound. Very satisfying. Hope this was helpful, and I'll see you next time on Wes Explains Best. Take care.